What is cracking with it, everybody? It's Coach Phil, Gaming 425, right here with episode 5 of Hear Me Out. We've all had a chance to watch the NFC Championship, AFC Championship, and let me just give you my perspective of what I saw from both games. Now, I'm sitting at work doing my thing. The first game that comes on, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Now, I wasn't really too sure about who I was going to root for. Really didn't have a dog in the fight. On one hand, love Tampa's defense. They do not get the credit. If anything, they get bashed. They get bashed weekly. For being weak in the secondary. Everything inside the box is good, but that secondary is shaky, which I agree. Their secondary is very physical, but shaky at times. And then you have Green Bay. Remember, we're not even going to get into Green Bay right now. We're still going to stick with Tampa right now. Then you got Tom Brady. 43 years old. Is the man too old to play the game right now? He's past his prime, all that jive. But then he's also got Scotty Miller. He's got Mike Evans. He's got a two-headed monster running game with Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. I mean, come on now. Come on. Those are two bruisers. Bruce Arians knew what he was doing. He hadn't started Fournette in weeks. He kept riding with Ronald game after game after game. 4 or 5 games in a row, he rolled with Ronald as the starting back. Then he decides to put Fournette as the starting back. If that's not genius, I don't know what is. You gotta give Bruce Arians some credit. Give Kangol Bruce some credit. It wasn't just Brady. Meanwhile, you have Green Bay. Their defense, from a Seahawks fan's perspective, every time we play them, they whoop our ass. They cause turnovers. They cause turnovers, and I love Jair Alexander. He is going to be a gamer for years to come. But on the other side of the field, you have this guy, Kevin King. Kevin King. Last time I heard the name Kevin King, that was in TNA Wrestling, and that was years ago. But I digress. Whatever that means. You've got the dominant Aaron Rodgers on offense. Oh, the MVP. He's the guy. He's the real GOAT. He's better than Tom Brady. I'm not too sure about that. I was not sure about when people always say Aaron Rodgers is the greatest of all time, the greatest talent and the greatest thrower of the football we've ever seen. Because I've seen better footballs thrown than by Aaron Rodgers' sidearm. I'm just saying. Here's where the game kind of got out of hand for me. Started out good. It was back and forth. Tom was looking slow as usual. But that's the thing. Tom Brady never has been a fast starter. He's never been, boom, we're going to come out the game. We're just going to dink and dunk all over the place, and you're going to have to chase us across the field. No, he tells you, he's very precise with how he plays the game. I'm going to set you up here on this hash. We're going to go here. I'm going to set you up here midfield. We're going to go this way. Oh, you think we're going to go here with a pass game? We're going to go levels? No, we're going to go counter. We're going to counter you. We're going to pound the rock. We're going to pound the rock. That is old school football, what I saw. Which is smart. Yes, I understand risk it, no biscuit offense with Bruce Arians. But from what I saw, it was a ground game that I don't think Green Bay was prepared for. See, there's a difference between watching football and watching football. If you watch the game, you saw they fed Fournette and Jones the ball just enough to get in position to throw the ball for Tom Brady. And that's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be big breakaway runs every single time they touch the ball, which is not their forte. But Fournette is a power runner who's going to bruise through the line. He's going to make them defensive tackles tired. As long as he stays healthy, Fournette was going to run the ball, and he was going to pound it. Same thing with Ronald Jones. I like watching him run the ball. That's a bowling ball that you ain't going to stop. He's going to take about 8-10 people to take him to the ground. Excuse me. Now, that receiving core. Mike Evans had a terrible game. Mike Evans didn't do anything. And I expect more out of Mike Evans, especially coming up in the Super Bowl. I expect more out of him. But he didn't have to do much. It was little Scotty Miller who had the play that I felt broke Green Bay's back. Do you know Scotty Miller is not Julian Edelman? Do you know that he's not Danny Amendola? He's not Antonio Brown. This is little Scotty Miller. No more than 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". Run a 4.3. Tampa Bay's main speedster. And you're going to put Kevin, whatever his name is, King, in man coverage. Man press. For those of you that don't know man press is when you play up, you play inside. You have inside leverage. Take away the inside from him, force him to the boundary or out of bounds, and make him work up the sideline. Why would you do that? Who told him to do that? Why? Who? What? Where? When? Why? There? Mike Pettin deserves to be fired after that one. If you're gonna fire Greg Williams with the Jets for calling for cover one man press against the Raiders, and which caused him to lose his job, fire Mike Pettin because it was on the bigger stage, on a much bigger stage than a Week 7 game. Please do. Please make it make sense to me how Mike Pettin won't get fired after this. And Mike Pettin's a decent defensive coordinator, but I'm a Greg Williams guy. I likes me some Greg Williams. He gonna call pressure, but not in that situation, man. Not against Tom Brady, and not in the last few seconds of the quarter. Sometimes, and I'll even admit this, sometimes we as defensive coordinators get a little too cute with our calls, or we get lax. We lie down like a perm in the middle of the summer. We overthink things, or we get too cute with the calls. It's just what it is. If you're a football coach, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. You don't need to get cute with the calls. Just bend, don't break. They were a bend, don't break defense. You have the whole right side of the field locked down. What you hear? Why? When I saw that play live, I was stunned. You gonna let him do that to you on a go route? Was exactly what I said. And probably a lot of you at home said the exact same thing. Why would you let him get a free release like that? Not even press him. And you're supposed to be a man press. Why are you not guarding him? The world may never know. So I'm at work doing my thing. The clock is still going down. Game is still going. I kind of click off the game. I get back to doing my job, right? I check back in on the fourth quarter. It was 28-23. Now, if there's one thing I know about Aaron Rodgers is going to get to the end zone. He's going to get you in the red zone. He's going to get you in the red zone one way or another. And I saw the turnovers Tom Brady had. You got to give this defense credit. You got to put some respect on their name, especially that linebacking core of Devin White, who, look, Devin White's playing like he's the best linebacker in the league right now. Okay? Let's call it like it is. I'll say it again. Devin White is playing like he is the best linebacker in the league right now. I know that's controversial to say, but the second half of the season and also against New Orleans, he has balled. Shaq Barrett, Levante David, that is probably the most solid linebacking core in the league right now. Bar none. Even throw JPP in there with his three-finger self. Okay? What is it? These four fingers he has messed up? Yeah. Throw him in the bunch. Throw in Zach Tenner. Throw in Kevin Minner. Their defense is incredible in the box. Inside the box, woo! You got your and you got to deal with Sue, and you got to deal with Vita Vea. Woo! You in trouble. You in trouble as a quarterback. That whole defense inside the box, man, it's giving me old Tampa 2 feels. I'm telling you, they playing like old Tampa 2. I'm looking at the game. I'm thinking, is that Warren Sapp? Is that Derek Brooks? But they ain't got no Rondé or John Lynch back there. But well, the jury is still out on the defense. Now, I watched that last drive, and I said to myself, he's going to score. There's no way Aaron Rodgers is not going to score. Now, I know they're down a little bit, but they'll be all right. I was wrong. How do you not run the ball? It's 4th and 3. You got a wide lane outside, and you choose to force it. Was it 3rd and 3? 3rd and 3. I'm baffled. I am absolutely baffled. And it amazes me that Aaron Rodgers is capable of running the ball. Whether he was overthinking or he didn't see the lane, that's beside the point. I'm seeing people on TV, these so-called analysts, saying blaming Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur didn't have the football in his hand. Aaron Rodgers did. Aaron Rodgers is the one that choked. I agree. I absolutely agree with people that say Aaron Rodgers choked. He choked last year in the NFC Championship. How many times can you go to the NFC Championship and you choke? Congratulations, you are a modern-day Donovan McNabb and the Philadelphia Eagles. Congrats. You always get to the NFC Championship. Everybody says you're this bad man, and yet for some reason the NFC Championship is always a hurdle. And Aaron Rodgers never gets the blame. You choked. And then and then they go for a field goal? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely freaking not. No. It couldn't be me. It couldn't. We're going to go for it, and we're going to die on the edge of the sword. Whether or not it's double-edged or not, I don't care. We are going to die trying. And then they left the time on the clock for Tom Brady to just run an end-around sweep and close the game out. I was so baffled by the call. I texted one of my good friends, and I texted him, I said, I know you like that. He's an offensive guy. He loves that type of stuff. I said, I know you like that. I thought of him automatically because it was the most basic football play. And when I saw them shift, when I saw Green Bay's front line shift to the right, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. They had no business being out there. Green Bay deserved to lose the game. Green Bay choked the game. Green Bay had no business being on the same field as Tampa Bay. Green Bay had all the advantages, and yet they never, ever, ever capitalized on them. Ever. From the jump, they never capitalized on it. It's sad, but it's what it is. You're going to struggle against a defense like that, and they need to give that Tampa defense credit. Give them boys their credit they're due and stop just giving it to Tom Brady. Okay? Tom played okay. It wasn't like he was standing in shotgun all day like he was in New England and just dinking dunking. Give that defense their credit that they're due. Devin White is going to be something special down the line. Shaq Barrett, already there. I'm not saying he's Ray Lewis or anything like that, but he's there. Levante David, ooh. When he hits you, disgusting. Enough of that game. Enough of the NFC Championship. We already know what happened. The media's talked about it. Let's talk about the AFC Championship game. And yes, I am wearing my Buffalo Bills hoodie. You know exactly who I was going for. Oh my God. I was so excited. I was so excited to see them play. When Hardman dropped the ball and fumbled, I was like, oh my God, they're really going to pull this off. I stopped watching. I'm not going to lie. I stopped watching the game. Once they got that 9-point lead, I said, all right, it's a wrap. This game is over. I messed up. I didn't even think about it. I forgot they're playing against a banged up Patrick Mahomes and that juggernaut that we call Kansas City. Kansas City just put their dick on the table and said, play me. Play me if you want to. Kansas City put their balls on the table too. And they said, let's see who got the biggest dick in the room. And trust me, Kansas City's going to win every single time. And I know that's a very derogatory way of saying it, but they walked in. Buffalo struck first and said, here, this is what I got. Kansas City said, bet. And they just took off. There's no real highlights. There's nothing really. I mean, they just did what they usually do. When you got Eric Bieniemy and you have Andy Reid on the offensive side of the ball, what are you going to do? Especially, and also when you have Chris Ford on that front. I was expecting something from Frank Clark. He wasn't even a factor in the game. He just got paid. But watching Chris Ford chase down Josh Allen, when he's on, he's on. He disrupts the front line and messes with the run so well. But I'm not too keen on Kansas City's defense. Nobody really has been. I'm not really sold on their defense. But they're veterans. I'm not expecting them to always be up for the task. I'm expecting them to make plays in the playoffs. You know, Kansas City reminds me a lot of the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, we'll do all right in the regular season, but you know we're going to do in the playoffs. We're going to be healthy. We're going to be prepared. We're going to be ready. And that's what they did. They did their jobs. Now, as we head into the Super Bowl, we're going to say goodbye to Buffalo, even though I don't want to, but I have to. We're going to get rid of the cheeseheads. We got Kansas City, and we got Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's hosting. Who am I going to go with? I'm a defensive guy. So it's going to come down to whose defense makes the best plays. I'm going to have to go with Tampa Bay. I've learned the last 6 years you don't bet against Brady. But it's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes when they're trying to repeat. It's hard. So we got about another week or so to kind of ponder all the facts. Later in the week I'm gonna break down Kansas City and I'm gonna break down Tampa Bay. And I'm gonna go over what their good aspects are. I'm gonna break down what their bad aspects are and what they both have to look out for. So be on the lookout for episode 6. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all actually taking the time to listen to my crazy behind. Because there's always sports analysts. You listen to sports analysts, but you never listen to an average guy. I'm just an average guy who has an opinion about sports because I just happen to coach football. And I just pretend to be pretty decent and pretty good at what I do. So respect my opinion. If you got an opinion, comment down below. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. Who are you going for in the Super Bowl? Are you going to go for the home team, Tampa Bay? Or are you going to go for the away team, Kansas City? Let me know in the comment section. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, everybody. We on our way up right now. We got almost 20 subscribers. Let's get to 20, and then we're going to go in for 50 on the next one, y'all. Till then, I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Wash your ass. I'm out.